Imagine waking up one morning, well into your 70s, and a profound realization washes over you. The friendships you once cherished, the social circles you invested so much time and energy in, have shifted. Some friends have moved away, some are no longer with us, and others have simply drifted apart. It's a truth that's often hard to admit, but here it is. The way we need and experience friendship evolves as we age. This isn't to say that connection becomes unimportant, far from it. But what if, at this stage of life, something else becomes even more crucial? Something deeper, more profound. Independence, a sense of meaning derived from within, and a structured, self-sufficient existence. The truth is, clinging to the idea that friendships are the cornerstone of happiness after 70 can often lead to disappointment, loneliness, and even resentment. It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a reality many face. So, in this video, we're going to explore why your relationship with friendship changes as you get older and, more importantly, why embracing independence can lead to a richer, far more fulfilling life. You might be surprised to discover the incredible sense of freedom and peace that comes from within, waiting to be unlocked. We'll delve into how to cultivate that inner strength and redefine what truly matters in your later years. Get ready to have your perspective shifted, because what you'll learn could transform your experience of aging. Point 1. The shift from external dependence to internal strength. By the time you reach your 70s, you've already spent decades navigating the complexities of relationships, responsibilities, and societal expectations. You've been a friend, a spouse, a parent, a colleague. You've given your time and energy to others, balancing the demands of social life with personal aspirations. But now, as you enter this stage of life, there's a shift that must happen, one that many people resist. The shift from external dependence to internal strength, the realization that self-reliance is not just an option but a necessity for happiness and peace. Think about it. How many individuals spend their later years longing for the past, hoping that their friendships will remain the same, waiting for people to call, to visit, to include them? This kind of thinking often leads to frustration and disappointment. The truth is, people get busy with their own lives. Your children have their own families, your friends have their own struggles, and as time moves forward, the number of people you can count on begins to shrink. If your happiness is dependent on their presence, what happens when they are no longer around? What happens when you find yourself alone for long stretches of time? This is why self-reliance is so critical. It means taking control of your own emotional well-being instead of waiting for others to do it for you. It means understanding that solitude is not a punishment, it's an opportunity. An opportunity to rediscover who you are outside of relationships, an opportunity to develop new interests, to read, to reflect, to create. When you cultivate a mindset where your joy and fulfillment come from within rather than from external sources, you become untouchable. You eliminate the fear of being alone because you realize that solitude is where true peace begins. Point 2. Independence versus isolation. It's crucial to understand that embracing independence after 70 does not equate to living in isolation. In fact, true self-sufficiency can actually enhance your existing relationships. When you're not constantly relying on others for your happiness or entertainment, your interactions become more genuine and meaningful. You're no longer coming from a place of neediness but from a place of wholeness. Think of it this way. When you're content with your own company, you become more interesting to be around. People are drawn to those who exude confidence and self-assurance. When you have your own hobbies, passions, and a structured life that fulfills you, you have more to offer in conversations and interactions. You're not just waiting for someone to fill your time, you're actively engaged in your own life. Ultimately, independence after 70 is about taking ownership of your own happiness. It's about recognizing that you are responsible for creating a fulfilling life, regardless of who is or isn't around. And in doing so, you not only find greater peace within yourself but also cultivate healthier, more balanced relationships with others. Okay, I understand. I will continue providing the voiceover script, one point at a time, ensuring that the Part 1, Part 2, etc. labels are removed and adhering to all previous instructions. Point 3. The temporary nature of friendships. One of the most liberating realizations you can have after 70 is that friendships, like seasons, come and go. It's a natural part of life, and accepting this transience brings a profound sense of peace. Think about it. Throughout your life, friendships have evolved. Some have deepened, while others have faded away. This doesn't diminish the value of those past connections. It simply acknowledges the ever-changing nature of human relationships. Consider the case of my old acquaintance, Gerald, a retired accountant. He had a tight-knit group of friends he'd known since his college days. They'd shared countless memories, celebrated milestones, and supported each other through thick and thin. However, as the years passed, their lives took different turns. Some moved to different cities, some developed health issues, and others simply grew apart due to differing interests and priorities. Gerald initially felt a sense of loss and sadness as these friendships waned. But eventually, he came to understand that it wasn't a reflection of his worth or a failure on anyone's part. It was simply the natural course of life. And in accepting this, he found a newfound sense of freedom. He cherished the memories but stopped clinging to the past. The key is to recognize the beauty in both the enduring and the fleeting connections. Value the friendships you've had, learn from them, and appreciate the role they played in your life. But don't let the fear of loss prevent you from embracing the present and deepening your connection with yourself. If you resonate with this, type 3 in the comments. Point 4. The danger of relying on others. There's a significant risk in placing your happiness, your entertainment, or your emotional well-being entirely in the hands of others, especially as you get older. People's lives are unpredictable. Your children may move away, your friends may become preoccupied with their own health issues, and circumstances can change in an instant. Consider the experience of my former neighbor, Evelyn, a vibrant 74-year-old. She had always been very social, relying heavily on her friends for companionship and activities. However, when several of her friends experienced health problems and became less available, Evelyn felt a profound sense of loss and loneliness. She hadn't cultivated a strong sense of self-sufficiency, and as a result, she felt lost and forgotten. The truth is, depending too much on others for your happiness can lead to unnecessary suffering. You might start feeling neglected, disappointed, or even resentful when people don't meet your expectations. You might find yourself constantly waiting for invitations, for phone calls, for someone to fill your time. This is not a recipe for a fulfilling life. Instead, take control of your own schedule. Make your own plans. Use your time productively by pursuing hobbies, learning new skills, or engaging in activities that bring you joy. Cultivate resilience and inner strength, so that you can find contentment regardless of your social calendar. Point 5. The value of time and deliberate choices. As you move through your 70s and beyond, time becomes an increasingly precious commodity. It's essential to be deliberate about how you choose to spend it. There's a trap that many older adults fall into: maintaining superficial connections out of habit or obligation. They attend social gatherings that no longer interest them, engage in conversations that feel draining, and keep in touch with people out of a sense of duty rather than genuine connection. Consider my former acquaintance, Leonard, a retired professor. He spent years attending the same social events, even though he found them tedious. He felt obligated to maintain these connections, fearing that cutting ties would make him seem rude or antisocial. However, this left him feeling unfulfilled and resentful. He realized he was sacrificing his precious time and energy on interactions that didn't bring him joy. It's crucial to recognize that your time is valuable. Prioritize quality over quantity in your relationships. Invest your energy in activities and connections that genuinely enrich your life. Let go of the superficial friendships that drain you, so you can reclaim your time and energy for more meaningful pursuits. Point 6. Finding peace within. True happiness and stability in your later years don't come from the number of people in your life. They come from your ability to find peace within yourself. Many older adults mistakenly believe that constant social activity is the key to fulfillment. They think that the more they engage with others, the more meaningful their lives will be. But the truth is, no amount of external interaction can replace the deep sense of contentment that comes from being at peace with yourself. If you're not comfortable in your own company, if you constantly need the presence of others to feel validated, you'll always experience a sense of unease. Throughout life, we often learn to seek happiness through relationships, careers, and external accomplishments. These things provide structure, a sense of identity, and a feeling of purpose. However, as you grow older, many of these external markers begin to fade. Friendships change, careers end, and children become independent. Suddenly, you're left with an undeniable reality. You must find a way to be content with yourself. The ability to sit alone with your thoughts, to reflect on your experiences, and to find joy in solitude is one of the greatest skills you can develop. It's a sign of emotional maturity and wisdom. Many people fear solitude because they associate it with loneliness. But there's a crucial difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Loneliness results from craving external validation that isn't there, while true peace comes from embracing solitude as an opportunity for self-discovery. When you shift your mindset and see time alone as a gift rather than a burden, you begin to understand the real meaning of stability. You no longer need constant engagement to feel happy. You no longer rely on others to distract you from your own thoughts. Instead, you cultivate an inner calm that cannot be shaken by external circumstances. And when you develop this kind of internal peace, your interactions with others become healthier and more fulfilling. You're no longer reaching out from a place of desperation but rather from a genuine desire to connect. People are naturally drawn to those who exude confidence and self-assurance. The less you rely on others to provide your happiness, the more meaningful your relationships become. Point 7. The freedom of living on your own terms. One of the greatest advantages of growing older is the freedom to live life on your own terms. For most of your life, you've likely made decisions based on obligations to family, friends, work, and society. You've adjusted your schedule, compromised your desires, and prioritized the needs of others over your own. But now, at this stage, you have the rare opportunity to shift your focus entirely to what brings you fulfillment. This is the time to embrace the independence you've earned and live without the constraints of unnecessary social expectations. Friendships, while valuable, often come with obligations. They require time, effort, and sometimes even emotional energy that may no longer align with your priorities. Many people in their later years continue to engage in social interactions that feel more like obligations than sources of joy. They attend gatherings they don't enjoy, maintain conversations that no longer interest them, and keep in touch with people out of habit rather than genuine connection. But why continue to spend time in ways that do not add value to your life? If an interaction isn't enriching, if a relationship feels like a duty rather than a pleasure, then it's no longer serving you. Living independently doesn't mean living in isolation. It means making choices that prioritize your well-being. It means structuring your days around what truly fulfills you rather than what others expect of you. If you enjoy reading, learning, or spending time in nature, then these should be your priorities. If you want to travel, explore new hobbies, or simply enjoy quiet moments of reflection, then that is what you should be doing. You're no longer bound by the social obligations that once dictated your life. You now have the privilege of saying no without guilt, of choosing peace over unnecessary interactions, and of designing your days in a way that brings you true happiness. This stage of life isn't about seeking approval from others or conforming to outdated expectations. It's about fully embracing your independence and making the most of the time you have left. When you stop worrying about maintaining friendships for the sake of appearances or habit, you gain a sense of liberation. The more you focus on what genuinely fulfills you, the more content and peaceful your life becomes. This is your time to live freely, without compromise, and to finally put your own happiness first. So, as we've explored, the way you perceive and experience friendships inevitably evolves as you age. It's a natural transition, and embracing self-reliance becomes crucial for navigating this phase of life with grace and fulfillment. The key takeaway here is that true peace and happiness in your later years come from within. While friendships can be a wonderful source of joy and support, they shouldn't be the sole foundation of your well-being. Cultivating independence, embracing solitude, and prioritizing your own needs are essential for a rich and meaningful life after 70. Take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. How have your friendships changed over the years? What steps can you take to cultivate greater self-reliance and inner contentment? Remember, this is your time to live authentically and on your own terms. Embrace the freedom that comes with age, and prioritize your own happiness. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel for more content like this, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Share this video with anyone who might benefit from this information. We'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you'll start doing differently after watching this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below.